Hi, my name's Andrew. Thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to review a fundraising investor database in the FinTech sector. If you watch my previous videos, you know that you can click my Fiverr link below to get information on investor databases for venture capital, private equity, angel groups, family investment offices, and more. I also help clients with pitch deck reviews. If you're getting ready to send your pitch deck out to investors, I have a service on Fiverr where I will review it for you. Approximately 80% of the pitch decks that I receive are not suitable to be sent out to investors. Databases are now free with a pitch deck review, so this is good news if you are getting ready to go out to investors. This is one sector only per client. Contact me for more details on this program. Please take a second to support my channel by giving it a like, share, and subscribing. So here are some of the sectors that I'm going to be covering in these videos, on how to create a database for certain sectors. So if you are a founder of a startup and are looking to raise funds and your company falls within these sectors, this is a good series of videos for you to watch, and you can see I've done a few of them here on the left and here, and this includes how I select potential targets from a database of 400,000 investor contacts, and today we're going to handle the FinTech sector. So for this search, I'm going to start off with the word FinTech as the main keyword when searching the database, and then I'll also branch off into blockchain, technology, analytics, and digital media, and that will give me a broad base of potential targets for investors in the FinTech sector. So what did the final database include? So I ended up getting 12,000 contacts, and this included 7,800 emails, 7,570 LinkedIn addresses, and just a little over 10,000 websites, and that included some key contacts with titles and their email addresses. So what type of contacts will benefit from a FinTech investors database? Well, this could include digital banking platforms, new age banks aiming to revolutionize traditional banking services with a test-first approach, mobile payment providers. These are entities optimizing transaction processes aiming for faster, safer, and more user-friendly payment solutions. InsurTech startups, innovators transforming the insurance sector through technology, analytics, and user-centric services, peer-to-peer lending platforms, online services providing loans directly between individuals bypassing conventional financial intermediaries, blockchain and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. Those are companies and individuals invested in the promise of decentralized finance and ledger technologies. And lastly, robo-advisors and investment apps, automated platforms offering algorithm-driven financial planning and investment solutions. So let's take a look at the database. So now we're over on the database section, and as you can see here on the bottom, we have FinTech, blockchain, technology, analytics, and digital media as the databases that I've chosen. To start off with the FinTech, we use that as the main keyword. And it should be reminded that these databases are not to be used to spam the investors. You should use these in very targeted and as a research to find more contacts within them. You'll find out that in many cases the amount of contacts does not match the amount of emails, and the main reason is in many cases many of these websites do not have their emails listed on different directories or sometimes even on their website, and that's why you need to do research. Click the links on the websites, and what you can also find is you're going to find many of the contacts will have their own emails with their bios, or in most cases they're going to have their LinkedIns. If you have a large amount of LinkedIn addresses, there are also services online where you can find their emails very easily, and it's a very affordable service. So for example, I have a database of over 13,000 angel investors. It's all LinkedIn addresses, but you can access their emails usually for a very small amount by these services. So getting back to the database and the strategy, I have a service on Fiverr where I will actually write investor letters for you, and I like to create 3 different types. If you treat the fundraising exercise as a business development exercise, it will really help you out. Fundraising is one of the hardest things that a founder is going to do. It's the most one where you get the less reward, because a lot of times you're just going to get a lot of empty noise. You're going to get people that just do not respond to you. But the key thing is the people that do respond to you. For example, you may get a small percentage that respond to you by just going, thank you. Unfortunately, that's not in our sector, or that doesn't fit our profile right now, or whatever the excuse is. Usually only about 3 or 4. And I would suggest that you get back to those people right away and thank them for getting back to you, because it's very rare. And that's why fundraising is hard, and a lot of people do not like to do it. It's just because it's just one of the hardest things to do. It's easier to start your company and gain revenue and do 100 things, but when it comes to fundraising, well, that becomes a little different. And use the replies that you get from particular contacts to try to get more contacts. For example, if somebody in the private equity firm replies back to you, and again, they're very nice people in these type of industries who will respond to them. They all know people in venture capital. They all know people in angel groups, in angel investors. If you went back to that particular person, thank them, and honestly ask them, say, can you give me the name of 2 or 3 people that may be interested in our sector? You'll find out that you'll get a lot of leads that way. So that's something you should keep in mind, that the person that you originally contact may not be the person that ends up being the person that funds you. And there are many cases where this happens. You can call it accidental fundraising if you want. Do not follow any advice where people say you have to do this or that. The strict rules, you need to do that. Fundraising is a out of the box exercise in 2023. It's not like it was in the 1990s and the 2000s. So keep that in mind. There's an awful lot of people who will tell you what not to do. Don't follow too much of that advice, because they've probably never raised funds, they've never started a company, they've never dealt with high-end investors. So keep that in mind as well. So treat it like business development, because remember that some of these particular firms that you're going to contact, they may end up liking your services. They may not be interested in being part of your group or investing, but they very well may like what you're selling. So if you keep that in mind when you're doing your outreach, it'll be a much more rewarding experience. So that shows you, you're going to get full names in some cases. You're going to get countries, LinkedIn's, titles if it is a database that has contacts, but many of them are going to be companies, and of course you're going to get a bit of information about them. For example, Augmented FinTech is a venture capital fund with a focus in fast-growing, high-potential FinTech companies. So you're going to be able to use it again for research. Reminding you, these are not for spamming. These are made to be strategic fundraising tools for you. All I've done is compile lists, put them into smaller sectors, save you probably 20 hours, 10 to 20 hours of what I call the grunt work of getting to this point. And also, you do not have to subscribe to investor websites that usually are going to ask you for $80, $100, $150 a month just to get to point 0. So that's one of the key benefits of my service here on Fiverr. So if we go to the review, so as you can see here, we've got analytics, blockchain, digital media, fintech, and technology. Now it's 12,440 contacts, because technology and fintech alone are very big sectors. Fintech will have a large amount of technology in it as well, so you will have some duplicates in there. And that's why when you get your original database, you just have to put them all into one large column, remove the duplicates, and then start your research. But this gives you a large amount of potential emails, 7,800, 7,500 LinkedIn's, and a little over 10,000 contacts to potentially look at. So that is how I would arrange a database for somebody in the FinTech field to start their fundraising campaign. Are you looking for updated investor databases? My databases include venture capital, private equity, family offices, angel investors, angel groups, and high net worth investors with over 400,000 verified global contacts. And be sure to check out my full database of family investment offices, the perfect way to access ultra high net worth investors. This is the largest database of family investment offices that you're able to access. There's over 10,000 contacts. Click my Fiverr link below for more information. Thank you for watching this video.